Are you thinking about selling your home but don't know exactly how much it'll cost you? Well, that's exactly what we'll be discussing today. Hey guys, Josh Finigan with the Finigan Group, your favorite Charlotte realtor, and today we'll quickly review the costs that you may see whenever selling your home so you're able to budget accordingly. Now, some of these expenses may apply to you while others may not. It really boils down to your timing and also your specific scenario. So if you are looking for more specific numbers on how much it will actually cost you to sell your home, you'll find our contact information in the description below. We're happy to walk you through these calculations so you can sell your home for top dollar. Did you know that some of the expenses you'll incur as a home seller will actually incur before you actually list your home for sale? The reason is you'll need to prep your home if you're looking to get top dollar for your home. The first impression a buyer has of your home really matters. You want to make sure you have that wow factor. You want to make sure it shines on the inside and out. For instance, you can hire a professional to clean your home, or you can do it yourself. Either way, you want to make sure you work that in your budget. And remember, the price will vary based on your square feet and also how much work it needs. The same is true for the exterior. You want to make sure your home has a very strong curb appeal. So you want to spend a little bit of time and possibly money ensuring your home looks as good as possible. That little bit of investment up front will make a huge difference in the amount you actually walk away with at the closing table. You also want to make sure you budget for any repairs you've possibly been putting off that you know you really need to do before getting the home on the market. And to make this super simple and easy for you guys, you can click the link in the description below and allow you to download our free seller prep guide. Walks you through what to focus on when prepping your home for sale. So here are some of the costs that you may see whenever selling your home. Number one is repairs. Now you may be saying, hey, well, you already mentioned repairs before listing the home. And the fact is, depending on the market and also the buyer's inspection report, you may be looking at doing a few more repairs before closing as well. All that really boils down to negotiation though. Your real estate agent will be able to help you identify what's typical and what's expected in your area. Number two is realtor fees. Now, typically the seller is responsible for paying the realtor's fees whenever selling their home. You have the listing agent's marketing fee and also the buyer agent's fee as well. Each real estate agent is responsible for setting their own fees, so this can definitely vary depending on the agent you choose. So before choosing an agent, you want to really make sure you know what their realtor fee is and what exactly you can expect them to do for that fee. Number three is seller concessions. Seller concessions are when the seller agrees to pay for the buyer's closing costs, which is taken out at closing. This fee will vary based on the negotiations you have between the buyer, the seller, and the agents involved, and also the state of the market. If you're in a seller's market, you may not see buyers ask for closing cost assistance, or you may not need to have that seller concession. If you're in a buyer's market, you may start seeing more buyers ask for that concession, and you may have to give a little bit in the concessions. Number four is closing costs. These are the fees that the seller can see whenever selling a home, and these can definitely vary based on the market that you are in. Here in the Carolinas, you can expect to see an attorney fee. Now, the buyer pays for an attorney and the seller pays for an attorney. They could be the same attorney or a separate attorney, but they'll both have their own fees attached to them. The seller fee usually is around about $400 to $500 depending on the closing attorney that closes the property out. You will also have prorated taxes. Now, property taxes are paid in the arrears, so that tax bill you get at the end of the year is actually for that prior year. At closing, the attorneys will prorate the amount of property tax you owe for that year, and then you will pay that at closing. You'll also see a recording fee as well. That's to record the deed with the state, and it's usually around $45 to $55. And of course, we all know that Uncle Sam has to get his slice of the pie. So usually there are some sort of deed stamps or tax involved in selling a property. In North Carolina, it's called excise tax, and you'll owe $1 for every $500 your home sells for. In South Carolina, it is called state deed stamps, and you'll owe $3.70 for every $1,000 your home sells for. So you want to make sure you budget those costs as well. Whenever you meet with your real estate agent, they will actually be able to put together an estimated net sheet for you to walk you through these fees to make sure you know exactly what to expect. Number five is home warranty. Now, in some cases, you may find that a buyer is requesting you to pay for a home warranty. This protects the buyer after closing for any large expenses from any issues with the major systems and appliances. This is negotiable in a contract and will boil down to negotiation and the type of market that you're in. Number 6 is HOA dues. Do you live in a community that has an HOA that imposes fees whenever selling a property? If so, be sure to understand the costs and make sure you add them to your budget. These fees can be capital improvement fees, HOA transfer fees, or fees to prep the necessary documents. If you have any outstanding fines, you'll also need to budget for those. The closing attorney will be able to gather this information through the closing process. If you don't know whether or not your HOA imposes any fees on selling a property, then it's easy to find out. All you have to do is call or get in touch with your HOA community manager, and they'll be able to help you answer that question. Number 7 is mortgage expenses. Now we know we have to pay the lender back, right? You have to pay off your mortgage whenever you sell your home. But you want to make sure you read your mortgage documents carefully. Do they have a fee for paying off your mortgage early? Are there any processing fees you may incur with a lender? If so, be sure to add these to your total budget, and if you're not sure, then all you have to do is call your lender and inquire with them, and they should be able to help you identify those. If you don't have any processing fees or early payoff fees, the one thing you do want to keep into account is your loan payoff will be slightly higher than your loan balance. The reason is the lender will actually tack on the amount of interest you owe per day to the closing date, so that number won't be a huge difference, but it'll be a little bit higher. Number 8, and this one definitely gets forgotten about, is moving costs. Don't forget to budget for all packing and moving expenses. This includes boxes, tape, trucks, movers, storage, and also rentals. And you may want to budget for all the pizza and beer to thank your friends and family for helping you move. Number 9 is temporary accommodations. Do you need a temporary living situation between you selling your home and purchasing the next? If so, you want to be sure to budget for all the expenses you may see throughout the process. That includes rents, deposits, and utilities. And if you are closing on your next home before the home you live in now closes, you want to make sure you budget for having those ongoing expenses for both properties. So those are really the major expenses that you can expect to budget for whenever selling your home. Now, some of these are required for everyone, and some of these will be depending on your specific scenario and situation. So if you are considering selling your home, you really want to make sure you choose the right agent, because that can make a huge difference in the amount of money you actually walk away with. So we actually have a video right here that walks you through the 10 questions you need to ask your agent before hiring them to help you sell your home. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next video.